Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was an American superhero series that first premiered on August 1993. It ran for 3 seasons and instantly became a 1990s pop culture phenomenon. The show generated over $1 billion within 3 years in the box office, and is still making profits through selling merchandise today. I want us to discuss all the Morphin Rangers, some who passed away while a few are still alive, and also discuss all the villains and the sidekicks who consecutively appeared throughout the 3 seasons. We shall also see the people behind the costumes and the actors who rolled each character, who they are now and how old they've gotten after all these years. We shall begin with Kimberly Hart, who was the first Pink Ranger of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. She started as a typical Valley girl who was the most sarcastic member of the group. Her witty personality was seen in the first season, but she progressed and became more friendlier and more kind-hearted after becoming a ranger. Some of her abilities were enhanced strength, durability, and agility. She was also an expert gymnast who used her flexibility in fights, and was also talented in singing and playing the guitar. She had amazing weapons like a blade blaster, a power bow, a wrist communicator, and a power morpher which she used to morph into a ranger. This character was played by Amy Jo Johnson, who is a Canadian-American actress and singer. She played the role of the Pink Ranger from 1993 to 1995, and has also appeared in other films in the 90s and early 2000s. She now has 1 daughter, and they both live in Toronto as of today. Tommy Oliver was the longest-serving Power Ranger of all time. He was once a transfer student at the school in the show called Angel Grove High School, but was later brainwashed by a villain called Rita Repulsa to become the Green Ranger in order to fight the Power Rangers. After a few appearances as an antagonist, the Rangers were able to free him from Rita and he became one of the Rangers. He possessed superhuman physical capabilities such as strength and stamina, and he was also a very experienced fighter in martial arts. He had a dragon dagger that could control the Dragon Zord and also a dragon shield that provided protection from physical and magical attacks. This version of Tommy was played by Jason David Frank, who was once an American actor and a mixed martial artist. He was a black belt in Judo, a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and also a black belt in Taekwondo. He had 4 children in his lifetime, but his time came to an end on November 19, 2022 at the young age of 49 years old. I can't go into details about his cause of demise, but all I can say is that he took himself to the next realm. Another legendary ranger was Billy Cranston, who was the Blue Ranger in the team. He was the scientific genius of the original team and was responsible for creating many of the team's gadgets and communicators. He was like the nerd in the group and was a shy and introverted super genius who had such a deep fascination for science and technology. He was also very insecure and lacked confidence, but his good-natured personality made it very easy for the others to like him and accept him into the team. Just like his teammates, he morphed into a ranger and possessed abilities like superhuman strength, speed, and agility, but his most powerful weapon was his mind and his superior intellect. Played by David Yost, who is an American actor and producer. He also appeared in other Power Rangers shows like Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, Power Rangers Zeo, and Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Zack Taylor was the original Black Ranger in the show. He was mostly known for his upbeat personality and breakdancing skills, and was one of the initial 5 teenagers chosen by Zordon to defend Earth from Rita Repulsa and her monsters. He was the second in command in the team, and was a ranger who loved having fun all the time. He was a charismatic fella who was so quick-witted and clever, and he had a signature fighting style called the hip-hop Kido, which he combined with martial arts and dancing when in battle. He used his power axe, which transformed into a cannon, and he also possessed superhuman strength, speed, and agility. He was played by a man called Walter Emmanuel Jones, who is an American actor, martial artist, singer, and dancer. He appeared in other 90s shows like Family Matters and also voiced cartoon characters in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs of 2013. Jason Lee Scott was the original Red Ranger and the leader of the Power Rangers. He was one of the greatest martial artists in the team, and was also a great leader who commanded the team and protected Angel Grove from Rita Repulsa and her forces. He was a natural-born leader who was always determined and optimistic in every situation. He had a strong sense of responsibility and always felt like it was his duty to protect all the people in his reach. And even though he was not old, he always showed maturity and stoicism when the others played and goofed around all the time. His powers included superhuman strength, speed, and agility, and he also wielded the power sword which fired energy waves. He was played by Austin St. John, who is an American actor that has been active since 1993. He also appeared in the other reboot series after this show where he played the same character. The original Yellow Ranger was a girl called Trini Kwan. She was a kind and intelligent lady who was so compassionate and helpful in nature. She always helped Billy to fit in the team and also trained hand-in-hand with other Rangers like Tommy Oliver. She was also the mediator during conflicts among the group members, and everyone had a huge respect for her. She was second only to Billy when it came to being highly intelligent, and that was why the two spent so much time together to come up with new scientific inventions. She fought using Tai Chi and Kung Fu, and was also very good in aerobics and gymnastics. Played by the late Thuy Trang, who was a Vietnamese-American actress and a gymnast. She did not appear in very many movies because her life sadly came to an end on September 3, 2001 at a young age of 27 years. She was involved in a car crash and did not survive, and her body was cremated a week later after the accident. Adam Park became the second Black Power Ranger after Zack Taylor left to join the Ninja Rangers. He gained the powers of the Mastodon Dinozord and became an important member of the team. He was a shy and sensitive person who was also a very spiritual ranger, and he was known for his good heart and emotional nature. He was also a disciplined and efficient fighter with strong leadership qualities and a positive attitude. He had the same powers as the original Black Ranger, and also had a powerful motorcycle that assisted him on the battlefield. Played by Johnny Young Bosch, who is an American actor. He also does some voice acting in anime shows, and some examples are in Devil May Cry where he voiced Nero, and in Code Geass where he voiced Lelouch 6 Britannia. Aisha Campbell was the second Yellow Ranger and the replacement of Trini Kwan, who was the original Ranger. She gained the powers from a saber-toothed tiger power coin, and was known to be funny and spunky, and was always in high spirits and good moods. She had a strong sense of compassion, and was also very humble and kind to the rest of the team. She was a martial artist who was always ready for a challenge, and unlike Trini Kwan, she was more fun-loving and less nerdy in the series. She had powers like enhanced strength, she could disappear underground, she could create smoke screens, and also was flexible and good in fighting just like Trini Kwan. She was played by Karen Ashley, an American actress and singer and even a talk show host. She was in a girl group of singers called Crush, but the group dismissed and she's now a solo singer of R&B and pop. Rocky DeSantos became the second Red Ranger after replacing Jason. He was exceptionally good in martial arts, and was a ranger who was good-natured and positive in everything he did. He was known to be open with his emotions, and was a determined ranger with a strong sense of heroism. He was also very dedicated to his friends and the missions of the Power Rangers, which demonstrated a strong sense of loyalty. He inherited the powers of the Red Dinosaur Ranger, which allowed him to control the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord. And he also got heightened physical abilities such as enhanced strength and the ability to quickly scale surfaces. He was played by Steve Cardenas, who is an American martial artist and actor. He continued rolling in Power Rangers Zeo, where he became the Blue Zeo Ranger in the show. Bulk and Skull were comedic antagonists and best friends at Angel Grove High School. They were the funniest minor characters who behaved like detectives, and they mostly followed what the Power Rangers were up to and also wanted to know the real people behind the costumes. They appeared in the first 3 original seasons before parting ways and both joining the Power Rangers aiding team differently. Bulk was played by Paul Schreier, who is an American actor and director. He returned to play the character in the 18th season of the Power Ranger Samurai, and was the last original character to leave the show. Skull, on the other hand, was played by Jason Narvi, who is an American actor that played this role from 1993 to 2012, and was the second last original member to leave the series. The main villain in this franchise was a woman called Rita Repulsa. She was freed from a space dumpster after 10,000 years of imprisonment by 2 astronauts on the moon. She instantly became the #1 enemy of the Power Rangers, and she attempted to conquer Earth with her minions and defeat Zordon, who was the one that gave the team their powers. She was iconic for her 2 pointed hair cones, and was known to thirst for power to dominate and conquer the whole Earth as its supreme leader. She had powerful abilities like dark magic, teleportation. She had the power to create monsters, and could also cause eclipses and summon storm clouds. She was played by the late Michiko Soga, who was a Japanese actor and voice actor. She started her career as a singer but quickly shifted to a stage performer, and her acting career officially started in 1956. She was sadly diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2005, and she unfortunately passed away 1 year later in 2006 at the age of 68 years. Lord Zedd was another villain who was introduced in the second season. He had a frightening appearance and was cursed with powerful dark magic capabilities which he used to fight the Rangers. He mostly worked alongside Rita Repulsa to defeat Zordon and his Rangers, and some of his other powers included creation of monsters. He had a powerful staff which he used as his main weapon, and was also a being with immense strength and stamina. He was played by Ed Neal, an American actor and stuntman who is a trained Chinese martial artist and also a singer and songwriter. Now, Zordon was a wise galactic sage and a mentor to the first Power Rangers who was imprisoned in a time warp and appeared as a floating head in an energy tube. He served as the guiding force for the Power Rangers, and was actually the one who gifted them with their powers to protect Earth from evil forces like Rita and Zedd. He was like an all-powerful god who could harness mystical energy and create powerful weapons from scratch, and could also manipulate every kind of energy and element known to man. Played by Robert Lawrence Manahan, who was an American actor that played this particular role in other depictions like Power Rangers Zeo and Power Rangers Turbo. He unfortunately passed away on June 30th, 2000 at the young age of 43 years. His cause of demise was from an aneurysm of the heart. Katherine Hillard was the second Pink Power Ranger who took over after the departure of Kimberly Hart. She initially started as an introverted girl who was calm in most of her appearances, but she later evolved into a brave and loyal Pink Ranger who was kind just like Kimberly Hart. She was less outgoing than her predecessor, and she was a ranger who was willing to prove her worth and stand up for herself and her friends. She had a strong background in ballet and gymnastics which contributed to her agility, and was also a warrior that was good in fighting. Katherine was played by another Katherine called Katherine Sutherland. She continued playing the role in the Power Ranger universe before retiring from the role.